So now we are on our third step of the Invisalign. So today is the big day, right? I'm going to be getting my first trays, and we're not putting on the little attachments on the teeth yet. So I have the first trays for the first 2 weeks, as I showed you in step 2. So here we go. Please subscribe and click on the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos.
So here are your first aligners. First thing, I want you to just touch them and try them to see how they feel. So this is the top one.
Okay, so that's pretty flexible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is exactly what you need to feel and to know that they are quite flexible. And you can...
Yeah, they're very flexible, so yeah, they're not too hard.
Exactly. And now, I'm going to let you try them
in my mouth. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so here we are with top aligner. And that's it.
Okay, that feels really tight, so it's already adjusting. The first one isn't like a fake.
No.
Okay. Okay, we're going to put the bottom one in now.
You always want to start from the front teeth and easily press to the back ones.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see that? Does it look natural? So I do feel, obviously, I feel they're in there. Can you hear a difference when I'm talking? A little bit. It's not too bad. I feel like there's a gap behind the teeth.
We're going to do something else. We're going to bite on chewies. You're going to have something to bite on. I'm going to show it to you right away. What you want to do once that you change your aligner, you want to bite on a chewy. This is exactly the chewies that you're going to use.
Okay, this is the one from the bag. Okay, so this is like a rubber dog chew toy.
Looks like.
Okay, and then I can just wash them off
Exactly.
afterwards. And how many are there?
You have 2 in one.
Okay, so I just need one, and then when that one's completely worn out, I get another one.
Exactly.
Could I chew on a wooden pencil if I run out?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna
let's
try again. Okay. Now, first thing, what you need to know when you have your aligners is that you need to wear them. You wear them between 20 to 22 hours per day.
Okay.
You remove your aligners only for eating and brushing your teeth. If you want to drink, you can drink water as much as you want. It just
with
has
them
to
still
be,
in.
With them still in. It needs to be cool water or temperature water. I mean, you don't have
hot
to drink
water,
nothing.
Because it will change the form of them.
It could change, exactly. We don't want anything hot near the aligner.
Okay.
You don't want to drink something like coffee or tea because they might get stained. So we try to avoid everything.
And then I'll have like brown aligners.
Exactly.
That's not going to look so good.
If you really want to have a sip or a drink, you can use a straw.
Yes. Okay.
We don't want to eat, of course, because first it's not comfortable. A second, the same thing, they can deform.
Right.
So you remove them easily and you eat normally, then you put them back in. If you cannot brush your teeth, because ideally after you eat, you brush your teeth. If you cannot brush your teeth, you just rinse your mouth with water.
Okay.
And then you have them back in. As soon as
Okay, I found some chewing gums at the pharmacy that are for... If you don't have time to brush your teeth, it's like a special chewing gum. It's not the normal chewing gum. And I'll put a little image of it up here.
Okay.
And so if you can tell me, would that be okay to use if I have an emergency where I've had lunch out at a restaurant and I don't have time to brush my teeth? If I could quickly just chew that for maybe 5 minutes and then put the aligners back in,
it's better than not use anything and put your aligners right away.
Right.
So you have it. And, okay.
Right.
Yes,
but if I did put the aligners in after I get out of a meal and then go home an hour later and was able to brush them then, that's okay too.
Exactly.
It's just not leaving any kind of bacteria that's festering. See, festering is hard to say.
You'll see that in a couple of days.
I'll get used to it, yeah.
Every time when you remove your aligner, you don't want to put it in a tissue. You have a case to put your aligners in, and I'm going to ask you to use it every time.
Yeah, I know why. My father-in-law threw away his false teeth once because he put them in a tissue in a napkin.
We're going to start with top aligner. Always it's easier to remove them from inside at the back. So you're going to use that pressure, and then you go the same thing on the other side if I managed it. And then at the back always put them easily. And then you come
inside in the back, exactly. And then outside in the back. So when I put them in, show us again, yes, because we probably have already forgotten. So she's just rinsing them off, so we don't have like stringy saliva everywhere. So as you can see, the bottom are still in. Okay.
All right. So press them from the front and then easily.
Okay, and then the chewy.
And then the chewy. Exactly.
Then we have a chewy.
It feels much better after you chew.
Yeah, it does. I can feel it moving up a little bit more. Okay.
Okay. So one more time when you remove them from the inside at the back, start
down
one side.
Yeah.
Then the other side, and
then from the back. Outside. So inside, both sides. Then the outside, both sides, and then work it out.
Exactly. Lowers. We're gonna try.
You want me to take it out?
If you want, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna try it with one hand.
Try. Oh yes.
What?
Lower for the lower.
How do I do?
Just from the outside.
Oh, from the outside.
From the
Here?
outside, exactly. One side, and then you go on the other side. It's much difficult because you have only one hand. And perfect.
It came out.
Yeah,
okay, and then to put it back in, I'm just going to show the bottom ones because we haven't seen those up close. The front.
Exactly.
Okay. I feel like that was easier.
I think that's it. You have your personal identification number from your file, from your Invisalign file. Then you have U from upper, and 01 because it's your first aligner.
Okay. And then the bottom will say B.
No, it's going to be L.
Lower.
Okay. Exactly. Here you have your goodie bag. You have a special case to put and to hold your aligners in this beautiful box.
Nice.
Invisalign. And
wow,
this is
super fancy.
Nice box to hold your aligners in. Small kit. You have a travel toothbrush. You have wax, floss.
I have what?
Wax. I'm going to show
what
wax. It is.
Okay.
And a small mirror just to.
Okay.
If you want to check things.
Okay. And is that dental floss?
Exactly.
Okay.
Dental floss, super floss, and the most important is travel
toothbrush. So do I use the same toothbrush for my teeth as I do for the Invisalign, or do I need one special for each?
You're going to use the same toothpaste that you use in general. You're going to brush your aligners with a normal toothbrush.
Okay, so you say that normally for children you have a blue dot on there so that you can tell if they've worn it long enough because it changes color.
Exactly.
But for me, we don't need to do that. We trust that I'm going to be wearing it.
Exactly. So when you brush your aligner, you want to brush the inside of your aligner and also the outside. When you brush your liner, as I told you, you don't have to be afraid. They are quite elastic. It's a plastic, so don't be afraid, and really scrub inside and outside. They might get stained, so you don't want.
Do I need to put them in a solution, like a soaking solution, like false teeth or something?
You can use only at the beginning of the treatment, because as you remember, we're going to use them. This aligner, we're going to wear them for 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we're going to have your first 5 aligners for 2 weeks.
Yes,
weeks
2 weeks each.
Aligner. And then we're going to switch to 1 week wear. So it's going to be easier to clean them. If you have any gum irritation, or if you have your
sore gums. So like if I have a gum that's slightly swollen,
you want to call me right away. Feel free to contact me as soon as you have any. Normally, you don't have this kind of problem with aligners. You have more this kind of problems with braces.
Right.
But in case that something is sharp, or you feel like something, I'm gonna give you some wax. So you're gonna want to use wax. This is how it looks like. You're gonna.
Okay, I know. Yeah.
You already know.
I know that. I remember that from when I had the other braces, the train track braces.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You can use some wax. You can put on your aligner like this. Press it against.
So am I pressing it on the top of the aligner? Okay.
Exactly, at the edge.
Okay.
Exactly the edge of your aligner.
So when I'm brushing the aligners, what kind of toothpaste do I need to use?
You can use a regular toothpaste, and the thing that you need to know is that try to avoid to use a whitening toothpaste.
Okay, good to know. What would happen if I used a whitening toothpaste?
It could, as they are more abrasive, they could damage the surface of your aligner. And
is it worth me using the whitening toothpaste on my teeth while I'm using Invisalign, or you don't think it's a good idea?
You can use a whitening toothpaste as you use normally.
Okay, so I can use the whitening on my teeth, and then I can get a separate toothpaste for the trays.
Exactly, you can use a different.
Okay, and then I brush them 3 times a day.
Every time when you remove them, you want to brush your
Okay, so my teeth are going to be so clean by the end of this, right? Okay, good. I feel like I have a little bit of bubbles going on in my mouth, and when I'm talking I can kind of feel them moving around a little bit. So tell me about that.
In fact, what's happening when we put in place an aligner, it's gonna provoke a movement of your teeth, of course. So the aligner, it's not fitting perfectly. It's your first day. So there's a teeny tiny space in between your aligner and your tooth.
Yeah.
And this is what you're supposed to feel. Exactly. This is what you're supposed to feel. Once that you finish to wear this aligner, so for 2 weeks, in 2 weeks you're gonna see that you're not gonna have this space.
Of course, because it'll move into place.
Exactly.
So I've got my first aligners in. Can you see them? Looks pretty good. And we'll make an appointment for 2 weeks for me to get the next set of trays. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. So I made it through the first day and the first night, and I'm starting to get used to it. My teeth feel a bit sore, and sometimes it's hard to pronounce certain words. So I have to be a little bit more careful with it. But I think it looks pretty good. Nobody has seemed to notice it yet. I mean, we are in COVID as well at the moment, so everyone's wearing a mask. So this is a big advantage, is that they might not notice because they can't see anything. But it does look pretty invisible. So I'm pretty happy with that. And like I said, so far so good. It's a bit difficult to get them out, but I think it's because it's still new and I have to get used to it. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click on the little notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos.